Okay, want to show you guys some progress with my hydroponics this year. First things first, let's look at these lavender clones. So these were just cloned, and they all made it. There's a few more scattered different places. They all made it. The This is all new growth. Yeah, they all pretty much made it. They look a little bit scruffy because they're clones. They were cut and they didn't have any roots for about a month or so. So that's, and you literally just cut them, you dip in rooting hormone and stick them in there. That's it. That's it. Nature takes care of the rest. And then this is my, let me zoom out so you guys can see, this is my hydroponic hot pepper. These little flowers start soon, and then they get pollinated, I guess, or cross-pollinated, and then out of the flower you will get the hot pepper. So anywhere you see a flower, and there's everywhere, you will get peppers. So it's not quite peppers yet, but it's at the switching stage into the flowering and then the fruiting. And then this one, this is just a lettuce plant that I mean, look at the lettuce. That's just the reason why these are like this, because these went first and then I put that later in. I have some spinach here that didn't work out. I think the spinach seeds were bad, so then I put these seeds later. That's why this looks new and this is older. What we got here? Ladybug. I've been feeding these to our rabbit. We have a rabbit, and the rabbit likes this stuff. I would imagine the seeds would be in there. So this is definitely like rabbit food for these guys. But yeah, as you guys can see, let me kind of zoom out from this angle. It works pretty well. Now on this plastic pallet, you could have 4 of these systems. There's enough space here to put 2 more. So I don't know how many feet is this. This is like 1 foot, 2, 3, 4. It's probably 5 by 5 feet or 5.5 or 6 feet, something like that. You can have 4 of these systems. So you could grow a lot of different things, a lot of food, and a very small footprint. Also, I highly recommend you get plastic pellets. Maybe even ones that have like holes here, because when you water, or there's any kind of watering, splashing, or anything like that, the water will go right through it and nothing will stay, and that's when you get like molds, and that's when, and the wood will rot as well. I used to have a wooden one I made from wooden pellets, and that lasted about 5 years or so, and then eventually fell apart from just the sun and the rain, it cracked, just. But these work really well. I had a whole bunch of them in my shed, so I just kind of stacked them like this, and they make them in different flavors. That one's like this, which I kind of like these one better. These are more sturdier, I would say, but I had a whole bunch of these. Doesn't really matter as long as they're not broken. Yeah, by the way, in case you haven't seen my other video, all lavender plants are cloned. They don't grow lavender from seeds. You can go ahead and visit the lavender farm if you like. Take their tour, ask them the questions, and they'll tell you why. Basically, the lavender seeds are almost microscopic. They're very small, and they're very hard to grow from. It takes too long as well. So if you ever go to a plant store, lavender farm, pretty much everything you see with your eyes is cloned. There's no lavender growing from seeds. This is my first year doing hydroponics outside for hot peppers. I didn't Last year I did one hydroponics indoors, actually in the middle of winter underneath my lights, and that one worked out well. I got a whole bunch of hydroponic, but it was much smaller because it's the system is next to windows as well, so it was affected by the light cycles, and it went into flowering, and once it goes into fruiting flowering, it doesn't grow taller anymore. It concentrates on putting its energy into your peppers, so the plant doesn't stretch anymore. This side is a little bit taller than this side. I would imagine it's because the sun starts there, it arches, and in the spring it's kind of like this, and then it goes like this, like that more, in the fall like that. So it gets more sunlight from this angle, but plenty, still this side still gets plenty. In this system, you could potentially, if you want, you can remove this whole thing. You can swap them around if you wanted to. The main advantage of this system is this is much more secure. This isn't going anywhere, versus these pots, they're more floating. Both systems have their pros and cons. This is a flood and drain system, so floods and drains, flood and drains. You can control that on a timer, which I have here. Very low-tech thing. I have one of these food containers I put over it, so when it rains, it doesn't go into the electronics and electricity. So anyway, with a flood and drain system, you can grow more root vegetables. You can actually grow root vegetables. I've grown beets. It works. But the thing is, you have to set up the timer correctly so it's not flooded all the time. You want your root vegetable to be able to breathe. So just in a short amount of running time, just enough so the water goes up, the roots get its nutrients, its water, and then fall down, and kind of like that. And you have to find the right cycle, the right timing cycle for that. Versus this thing is submerged in the water. This type of system is called a deep water culture, and that's submerged all the time. Now, one thing I'm going to say before I end this video is that I have 3D printed this little ring here, this little like wand, airstone, I guess. And this has worked very well. Airstones tend to clog up. If you buy an airstone, it will maybe work for a month and then will clog up, and that's it. And once it clogs up, they're notoriously hard to unclog because it's a stone and the little air pockets get clogged up. It's a time involved process. Try to clean it up as well. But that little round airstone, I tried a few of them, and many didn't work. Even the 3D printed ones would clog up as well. But this one has been there for months, and I don't see a degradation in the air bubbles or anything. It works really well. So that is that, I guess. There isn't much to say. Later on in the season, like mid-September, maybe closer to September, I'll take another video, see where we are with these. I definitely want to grow these out to its fullest potential because I want to harvest those hot peppers. But if I have to, I will move this indoors. I'll just drain the water out so it's not heavy. I'll pick it up. I have a space by the window, and I'll put it inside, and I'll put a light underneath it to let it finish. Because I already, like I said, observed it last year. They were much smaller, about this big. I only had like 2 of them. And I already know what to expect from hot peppers, how they grow. Now, hot peppers are perennial, so they come back. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be their fate. I might start from seed again next year because the roots are coming out from the bottom of it. There's just, unless I can rip them out and kind of transplant them, maybe, but it might be worth, it might not be worth it even to, excuse me, I got hiccups all of a sudden. Might not be worth to do that. Instead, I'll just start from scratch. But next year, I'm also going to grow a few hot peppers in soil, so I can leave them for next season. They should come back. I've never actually done that, so we'll see. And that is the slowest plant of the season this year is rosemary. And I started these from seeds as well. Oh my God, this is the slowest plant ever on planet Earth. Also, I'm not a rosemary expert, but it's slow. I put seeds everywhere, and they kind of, it's very slow growing, very slow. Okay, so that's about it. Hydroponics is the future to growing food. It really is. Everything grows fast, much faster than soil. You have full control over the reservoir. If you have any issues, pH issues, whatever, you can dump it, put fresh water in, remix it, put your foods in there, adjust the pH. You can do that anytime you want. And with soil, you can't do that with soil. You just can't. You can leach the soil. It takes a really long time because the biological process of the soil is much more complex. You can't just pull the plant out of the soil, put a new one in that will shock and awe the plant way too much to a point where it might not recover and die. Who the hell has been in here? I think there's been a I was trying to get some mushrooms growing in here, but I don't think so. I think a bird of some sort went in there. Okay, that's it.